Everyone, this is Dinella, Careers with Dinella. Thanks for watching my channel, and I hope that you will like and subscribe and let me know in the comments below any topic that you'd like to talk about regarding career, resumes, and LinkedIn. So, talking with my clients every year, I always start off by having them do a career plan. And a career plan is very similar to what you do and when you're at work. When you remember, you always do a performance appraisal. But what I find with a lot of clients where they get stagnant is they're really not planning ahead for the new year. They're kind of like taking it as it comes. And I know that can get challenging. Like right now, you might be looking for a position, you might be out of work. But the thing is, what I need you to do is to start planning out what you're going to do in 2023. And how the best way to start that is to take a step back. Now we've been here a couple weeks in January 2023, is to look at 2022. So let me give you some tips that I work with when I work with my clients on helping them kind of plan out what their next steps are going to be. So that way it's hard. And I know that you get frustrated, it can be disappointing, but sometimes just taking that step back can help you move forward. So the first thing I tell people to do is write out what did you accomplish in your career in 2022. There has to be something that you accomplished, whether you finally got that certification, whether you finally did that big move so you could go to a larger area where you can have more opportunities. Maybe you made a connection with someone. But what really did you accomplish in 2022 from a career perspective? Write that down. You should at least write 3 to 5 of those things down. One of the things that I always try to accomplish is I'm constantly moving forward with my certifications so I can better service clients. I'm trying to network so I can meet with more people and build relationships so we can cross promote each other. There are things that you need to do that you started in your career in 2022 that you need to write down. And so with that, what you'll do is you'll say to yourself, well, what gaps do I need to fill? So again, were you in any memberships? Did you do any education? What did you do from a career perspective? Keep in mind, we're not talking about personal, but what did you really do that helped build your career, build your personal brand, as people say, as who you are as a professional. So that's a really big thing that I think people need to look at. Like, if you're saying, oh, I have trouble networking because I'm an introvert. Well, there's so many ways that you can connect online through organizations, through LinkedIn, through services and things like that. So were you part of any organizations? When you say, well, every time I go for an interview, I'm not necessarily getting hired because I don't have a background. Well, take a look at your education, or there's some things, some certifications, even some workshops. If you're currently employed, was your job offering a workshop and you decided not to take it because you were too busy doing something else? Did you take that time for yourself? So looking at that, you can help you fill in what type of gaps you might be missing so that you can better improve your chances of finding a job or moving forward in your career. So I always say, look at the gaps. The next thing I say is, what challenges did I overcome? And it's been a rough year for all of us. It's been a rough year, a couple of years for all of us. But you're here now. It's 2023 and you made it. There has to be some challenges that you made in your career. Like if unfortunately you were laid off, what challenges you have decided I'm going to move forward and I'm going to find the position and I'm going to go forward. I'm not just going to sit. That is a challenge to overcome, just to have that mental dexterity. That is really important. Maybe you're in your current job and you're going to talk to your boss about getting a raise. Or maybe you decided to stay in a position because there's things that you want to learn. Challenges can be big or small. They don't have to be this huge, big thing, but there was a challenge for you that you were able to overcome. Writing down what that is so you can see that, hey, I have a little bit more confidence than I thought. I was able to do something. I accomplished something, and that's a positive thing. So with that, what successes did I have and how did I get there? So for me, I have a corporate background. I work as an HR professional. And it took a lot to learn how to write resumes and career coach with people. And there's still more for me to learn. I'm always willing to learn. So the success that I had was able to connect with different types of clients. That was a success. And by me looking at 2022, how did I get there? That'll help me, okay, how can I improve on that so I can further and increase, develop whatever that is, whatever that success looks like. That's what I want you to focus on and think about. Next thing, especially for my introverts, what relationships did I build? And again, LinkedIn is a great resource. You have this online, there's so many virtual ways that we can connect with people now. And now that's become the norm. A lot of people, I ask them, you're saying you're looking for a job. How are you networking? Do you have any mentors? How are you finding people? How are people finding you? So a big thing with that is looking at 2022, did I have any new relationships that were positive in my career? And it's not about using people, but there are people out there who do want to help. Maybe you didn't hire a career coach, but maybe do you have at least 4 or 5 mentors? When I started out, I worked with 4 or 5 mentors. And to this day, I can say how invaluable that is to have those mentors, to remember the things they told me that helped me build my confidence as a professional and as a resume writer, as a career coach. So I always tell people, what relationships did you build in 2022? Because that's part of the thing. That's part of your challenge. When we're talking about challenges to overcome, and then, hey, a gap, we're looking at we didn't build any relationships. So with that, the final thing, which I think is really important, how do I give myself grace but stay accountable? And I know that's a trendy word. Everyone says grace now, but I think it's really suitable because I think it is difficult, and for those of you out there who may be seeking work, I know it's challenging. Believe me, I know it's hard. I've been out of work many times, but you have to take a step back and give yourself grace. You have made it this far. You have made it through a pandemic, and you will make it, and you will find a position. But what you also have to keep in mind is to keep yourself accountable. If I am looking for this type of job, I want to stay in this niche or niche. How am I doing that? Keep yourself accountable. Find an accountability partner. It doesn't have to be a career coach, but there's other people who might be working who can say, hey, I'm working. Hey, come out to lunch with me, meet with me so we can talk about what you're looking for in case I find someone. Again, building relationships, and that person can keep you accountable. If you're currently in your position and you love it, that's great, but you don't want to get stagnant 5 years from now. You don't want to be pigeonholed in this. So what are you really doing? But keep in mind, it's okay to take a step back and go, you know what? I'm happy with what I did, or I'm not happy with what I did, but I can do better. But just hold yourself accountable, and maybe work with other people who can help you, stay on track, stay motivated, so you're not sitting alone, getting discouraged, and getting frustrated. So those are a couple things that I often tell my clients. I hope this is helpful video for you. If there's anything you want me to touch on, like I said, I'm an employment interview coach, resume writer, and I love working with people. So thanks. This was another Careers with Donella, and you have a great day. Remember, it will get better. And if it is better,